October 7th, and we're continuing through the Gospels and just amazed with Jesus. I hope you are. I hope reading these weeks and in the weeks to come, more and more of the story, more and more of the life and the ministry of Jesus doesn't make you go, oh yeah, I read that already. Oh yeah, I know that. But it draws you in. And so here, Mark chapter 5. Mark chapter 5. We got two stories that are just crazy. Right? And the first says they get to the other side, and there's a man with an unclean spirit. He's got a demon. Right? And he's a problem. And then the demon speaks to Jesus, and Jesus asks him his name, says we're legion because we're many. He begged him not to send them out of the country and send us to the pigs. And they go, and about 2,000 pigs go over the bank. And so the herdsman comes and flees to the people, and the guy that was demon-possessed is now sitting in his right mind. How do the people respond to this glorious thing? That a guy who's been tormented for a long time is set free. They beg Jesus, verse 17, to depart. Yeah, it's too much. Why? Well, they lost all those pigs, so there's an economic cost. And the guy wants to come with Jesus. This is the part that I want to just sort of slow down on, right? And he begged that he might be with him, verse 19, and he did not permit him, but he said, go home to your friends and tell them how much the Lord has done for you and how he's had mercy on you. I want to come with you, Jesus. I'll do anything for you. Okay, I want you to stay. Stay and tell what I've done for you. Verse 20, and he went away and began to proclaim in the Decapolis, the 10 cities, how much Jesus had done for him, and everyone marveled. Is that simple? Yeah. God's rescued us. He's freed us. You're like, oh, I didn't have a demon. Yeah, maybe not. But you've been set free through the gospel. Now go and tell. Right? That's the next step. It's just go and tell. Why? Because it brings glory to God. So he gets back in the boat, and one of the rulers of the synagogue's got a daughter that's dying, and in all of that, the woman reaches out with her faith and touches the hem of her garment, and she's made clean. Again, your faith has made you well. None of these are prescriptions, right? Like, there's no place for selling handkerchiefs or, like these kinds of things, but it's the faith that people had that Jesus can. So he gets to this ruler's house, and the girl has died, and Jesus says this in verse 36, do not fear, only believe. So he takes Peter and James and John, and they go in, and don't make a commotion, it's not dead, and they laughed, and he raises her from the dead. But notice he also says to them, don't tell anybody about this. To the man on the other side, the Gentile side, if you will, the side that was not following the Lord, hey, go tell. To these guys, no, don't tell. Right now is not the time. Some things that we don't understand, right? And, we can talk through why it wasn't a time and, all those things, but the bottom line, we have to be okay with some of that. Some of that ambiguity, some of that where, well, I know Jesus says this is not good, but it feels okay, or it's not hurting anyone. No, you have to go with what he says. And if he's asking us to do something, okay, I'm going to do it. right? And so as you walk through, you see Jesus interacting personally with people into situations. It's not just blanket, do this, do that, rote religion. It's relationship. Till next time, keep growing little by little.